Welcome back to Bash Bros and episode 26 of Notorious Pro Wrestling, the TEW Let's Play series. We find out what exactly would happen if Conor McGregor started his own wrestling promotion. And I can officially say we are the best promotion in Ireland. But we'll get to that later. It has been a whole week since yous were last here, so let's take a look at last week's Wanted, which you missed. So last week's Wanted scored us a 58 show rating, which is very, very good. And here's what was on the card. In a pre-show angle, Kenny Williams hesitantly signed his contract for Grado Talent Agency. The dynamic of this is pretty much going to be very similar to what Kenny Williams was like with Amir Jordan in NXT UK, kind of like the reluctant, hesitant partner. Everyone around him a goofball and he's more serious, so that's kind of going to be the dynamic of that going forward. Also on the pre-show, the Mighty Don't Kneel cut a promo saying that their match tonight against the Kings of the North is going to be payback for the time King of the North attacked both them and the Grizzled Young Vets. Speaking of the Grizzled Young Vets, they had a pre-show match against Ace Austin, Carlos Romo. I don't know why I give this away for free on the pre-show. This could easily be a main event match, but I wanted to give Grizzly Young Vets a bit of momentum going into the tournament, and also I just kind of wanted to test the waters again with Ace Austin and Carlos Romo to see if if their chemistry, their excellent chemistry, was really going to be a thing. Turns out it was. A 57 rated match. That is a Wanted main event, and that is knocking on a pay-per-view main event level of match there. So yeah, awesome from both teams there. On to the main card then. So Zia Brookside beat Alpha Female by DQ. So story going into this match was that Alpha Female just loses her shit and gets disqualified for beating Zia Brookside. So, you know, Alpha Female's trying to put her away, but Zia Brookside kicks out. And as this continues to happen, Alpha Female gets more and frustrated until we get a rage DQ. Afterwards, then King of the North had their turn to cut a promo saying that they're not going to lose to the Mighty Don't Kneel on their home turf. The match itself between the two teams, the Mighty Don't Kneel beat Kings of the North to advance in the tag team title tournament. And then we have a backstage promo with Conor McGregor and Alpha Female, who announces that Zia Brookside in the trainer's room has requested a last man standing match against Alpha Female at the pay-per-view. And Alpha Female accepts this. And in the main event, after attacking Doug Williams the week before, Pentagon Jr. and Sonico faced Chris Hero and Easton Reese in tag action, and Pentagon and Sonico were able to get the victory here, with Pentagon pinning Chris Hero, the Notorious Pro Wrestling champion. So overall, a very good card with a very good show rating at the end. That is what you have missed, so let's talk about the news, and there has been a lot. So I mentioned it earlier, and I'm just going to say it again. We are officially the best wrestling company in Ireland. So there was a regional battle in Ireland, and we came out on top. As you can see here, we scored 63. Behind us was OTT, and then behind them was NXT UK. So that does not necessarily mean we are better companies than the other two. NXT UK, like, I would argue, yes, we are definitely better than Over the Top Wrestling. They have seemed to have fallen from grace recently, with their size diminishing. But I would say that we are not better than NXT UK across the entirety of the British Isles. NXT UK obviously have much more popularity in the likes of Scotland and England and Wales compared to us. But in Ireland, we are the best. Go on, you green and white army. No, that's Northern Ireland. What is it? Coija? Come on, you greens. That's the Irish national football team. Speaking of NXT, let's take a look at the American brand of NXT, where there was a little bit of drama, a little bit of tea was spilt in NXT US. So this is one of those stories that makes you realize that just how much of a game this is, and how much it is all completely dependent on random rolls, like hidden dice rolls behind the screen. So NXT was rocked by a breakup, by a scandal, Casey Canonzaro, I can't remember his surname. We'll say Casey. Casey cheated on Ricochet with fucking Velveteen Dream. I mean, like, oosh. Obviously, the game does not know kind of what Velveteen Dream has kind of done, or it doesn't take into factors, but yeah. Feel like maybe Casey, you should have better taste in men. Maybe just a bit. So because of that, obviously Ricochet hates well, a lot of people I'm sure do now, but Ricochet hates Velveteen Dream. Uha hates Casey. I'm guessing he's very good friends with Ricochet. Is that why that's happened? Yes, a strong friendship with Ricochet, so that's why he hates both Velveteen Dream and Casey at this point. Scandal, guys. Absolute scandal. And lads, beep boop, beep boop boop, doo 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 doo. And it finally happened, lads. It finally happened, lads. It finally happened. Chris Adonis, or Mordetsky, has officially left us. We brought him in as a Scott Steiner replacement because we needed a big surprise, and he has been shite. Absolute shite. We buried him a couple of times just to try and get a bit of a rub on some of our other talent. But it is official, he has left. He is gone. Just, yeah. Good luck to him. It is good luck in his future endeavours. The last thing I want to talk about is during the Kings of the North versus the Mighty Don't Kneel match, Damien Corbin suffered a broken jaw, but apparently he's only going to be out for 10 days, and he's not missing any action, which I don't think is really, it mustn't be a massive break, because when Kofi Kingston broke his jaw, he was gone for about a good couple of weeks, and he was out of in-ring action for even longer than that. So, bit of a weird one, but yes, so probably a good thing that the Kings of the North were knocked out in the first round, because now we don't have to worry about Damien Corbin further injuring himself. Right, well, that is everything. That was a bit of a news dump, but we did miss a week, so we had to catch up a wee bit there. So without further ado, let's book it. Okay, and we are back coming at you live from the Ringside Club in Ireland. It is Notorious Pro Wrestling Wanted. So tonight then we have 2 matches in the tag team tournament, and we also have Meiko Satomura cashing in her title shot she gets for winning the all-women's Battle Royal at the last pay-per-view? Yeah, at the last pay-per-view. So let us get into it. So on the pre-show then, in a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Easton Reese defeated Ken Malmsteen in 12:51 via a powerbomb. 49 from Reese and 32 from Malmsteen for a 38 rated segment. It was a pre-show match, so I'm not too worried. This is just to give Easton Reese a couple more wins, as he will be a particularly featured character going forward. Next up then, so Viper is out in the ring and is thanking the fans and for supporting her. She couldn't have won the title without all them cheering for her. Meiko Satomura comes out, congratulates Viper on the win, but says she is cashing in her title shot that she's earned tonight in the main event. 35 overall. Neither Viper or Meiko are particularly strong on the mic, so that's why I put this on the pre-show, to avoid it affecting the rating too much. And then in our pre-show main event, which is a thing I guess, in a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Maki Ito defeated Tessa Blanchard in 18:30 via a DDT after distraction from Riho. 45 rated segment overall, with good performances from Maki Ito with a 44 and Tessa Blanchard with a 45. Again, just to keep the fuel to the fire, again, Tess is going to be saying that, you know, these Joshi wrestlers are sneaky, and I'm sure we all know the connotations she means when she says that, and that they can't beat her in a pure one-on-one fight. On to the main show then. So in a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Lycos Gyms defeated Birds of Prey when Kid Lycos submitted Jody Fleisch. During the match, we also saw Kid Lycos turn on Fleisch, and so yeah, we saw the Lycos Gyms, the former Cyborg Wolves, turn during this match. So yes, so I changed the name of the Cyborg Wolves, and you'll see in a minute there's a promo coming up where they explain themselves, yada yada yada. But during the match, pretty much what would happen is Lyco's Gym, or the former Cyborg Wolves, just go full heel and just kick the Birds of Prey in the nuts, turning them heel, and then, because until this point we'd maybe just seen them accidentally, quotation marks, costing the Birds of Prey matches. So yeah, this is us pulling the trigger on heel Cyborg Wolves. In-ring performance then, Rich Swann had in-ring performance of 52, Fleisch had 41, Junior had 41, and Lycos had 47. And we'll do the turns now. Turn was a complete success, and turn was a complete success. So after the match, while the Birds of Prey are lying, writhing in pain after being kicked in the nuts, the Cyborg Wolves get on the mic and are like, you know, Rich, we brought you into this company, and then you turned around and said you didn't need us anymore, and weeks later you're partnering up with Jody Fleisch, a washed up has-been of a wrestler. You know, they go on to say that they're the future of NPW, they are going to go on to win the tournament, and then say that they are no longer the Cyborg Wolves, they are shedding that skin, and that the Lyco's Gym is officially open for business. So the reason I wanted to change their name was more just because in real life they are currently Progress Tag Team Champions, and they're going by the Lyco's Gym. So I just kind of wanted to change their name to kind of align with that. Not only that, a heel turn seemed like the perfect opportunity to kind of do that and give them a fresh start. So in another tournament match then, and a bout that had fantastic heat and good wrestling, Greedo Talent Inchi defeated Dynasty in 15-13 when Kenny Williams pinned Davey Boy Smith with a quick roll up. Davey Boy had a 50, Joe Henning had a 52, Kenny Williams had a 36, and Amir Jordan had a 34. Amir Jordan was off his game, and Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams have zero chemistry as partners. Oh, you can't write it. You can't write it. Alright, okay then, that's a kick in the dick. That's disappointing. I know obviously it's not a massive loss. Great Talent Agency were just going to be a mid-card fun stable, but to have zero chemistry, like they tag on fucking NXT UK, how do they have zero chemistry? Oh, okay then, okay. Sorry, my mind's just going through possibilities of like, how am I gonna fucking fix this? Right, I think what I might do is just do what NXT UK did and just have Kenny turn heel. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. I have a plan to introduce another member to the Greater Talent Agency at pay-per-view. Man, that sucks. Anyway, right, let's continue on then. God damn it. Backstage then, Conor McGregor goes up to Chris Hero and informs him that due to Pentagon Jr. pinning him in the main event last week, he is going to get a title shot at the pay-per-view coming up, which I believe we called the... I think it's the King is Back pay-per-view, or the King Returns pay-per-view. King is Back. So yes, yeah, so the main event of the King is Back pay-per-view is Pentagon Jr. versus Chris Hero. And in the main event, the bout that had fantastic kick and great wrestling, Viper defeated Maiko Satomura in 2001 with a Michinoku driver, which makes this the first defense for Viper and her women's championship. Maiko had a 53 and Viper had a 44, which came to a 48, which is just shy of what I would want from a TV main event, but still not terrible. And that is the show. Overall a 54, which is very good. So the only news coming out after Wanted is that Timmy Force has left us as a company. Timmy was great, but we already had a face jobber with Dean Allmark, and Dean was just better than Timmy, bottom line. And that is it for another episode of Notorious Pro Wrestling. You guys will be back for the pay-per-view. Going to skip week 3, just go straight to the pay-per-view, where I will do a recap of the Go Home show, do a rundown of the storylines leading into the pay-per-view, and then obviously the pay-per-view itself too. But that is it for another week. So if you have enjoyed it, please do subscribe, leave a like, and do comment any ideas in terms of storylines, feuds, tag teams, or any of the sort in the comments below. With that all being said, I will see you next time on Bash Bros.